Randomized one. I'm gonna react to it as quickly as possible because I got a thing that I feel like doing in 15 minutes. Let's go.
Pokemon Nuzlocks, home to the kindest comment sections known to YouTube. Recently, I attempted my first Nuzlocke, and I'd like to think it went well, no matter what other people might say. But if you don't know, Nuzlocke suddenly make this baby game of Pokemon.
Wait, am I in the?
I attempted my first Nuzlocke, and I'd like to think it went well. No.
I don't think I'm in big F. I'm not big enough to make the Alpharad YouTube thumbnail montage. Unfortunate. Maybe this time.
Baby game of Pokemon suitable for Harvard graduates. It's essentially permadeath and Fire Emblem, but the swords aren't necessary. Sorry. Outside of permadeath, there are a few extra rules, like how you can only.
They're not necessary in Gen 3 either, big fam.
Pokemon per route, and others that I will simply put on screen.
Okay, permadeath. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, first, yeah. Items banning in battles. Yo, that's a pretty savage rule. That makes things way harder. Yeah. And this last one, it's a required rule once you reach 1 million subscribers.
But the biggest difference of this adventure compared to the last one is that this one will be completely randomized. Every Pokemon is replaced with another at random. Some make the game easier, and some make the game harder. Even our starter could be absolutely anything. So as usual, for this journey, I
love the animations, first of all. Like, the way the Pokemon moved around, that was really cool. Also, I should note, I have done a randomized Nuzlocke before. I randomized pretty much everything that you could, except trader names, because that would make it confusing to say who is who. A randomizer Nuzlocke could be all sorts of different things. I've seen just encounters randomized. I've seen learn sets randomized. I've seen abilities randomized. There's so much you can do with randomizer Nuzlocks. So I would like to see more clarification on what's randomized here.
Was in a Discord call with some friends as they watched me play, and just for fun, I let them guess out of the 386 options in Pokemon Emerald who was going to be my starter.
I predict it's going to be Mudkip again.
On this randomized journey. Groudon. Which isn't a bad guess by any means. I mean, everything's equally likely, but I mean... okay, no, you know what? I'm not even going to go with the other ones. I'm taking Groudon.
Alright, so Turtwig Warrior, who was a subscriber of mine, I think he said in the stream chat that Groudon was really good. That's like the only information I have about this run. I wouldn't be surprised. Even if Groudon gets like terrible moves, even if its only move for the whole game is Leech Life or whatever, like it's got big base stats. Like you can't go wrong with Groudon. Oh, we'll get to see if abilities are randomized because we'll see Drought come into effect.
So we started the game with a level 5 Groudon, and I find the screen hysterical for the
okay, abilities are probably not randomized. Groudon usually has Drought, which comes in immediately. You can randomize abilities. It seems like he didn't, so that's interesting. The more you randomize in a randomized Nuzlocke, the less game knowledge you have, which of course is something. So like, it's not just enough to see, oh look, it's a Zigzagoon, right? There are two mysteries in randomized Nuzlocks, depending on what you randomize. There's the mystery of what you're going to see. For instance, you don't know whether you're going to see the Groudon or not. You don't know what the Zigzagoon's going to be. Like, you're not going to know what Pokemon a given trainer will have. And there's the randomness of what that Pokemon can do. So, for instance, if abilities aren't randomized, then you know every time there's a Groudon, it's going to have Drought. Every time there's a Shedinja, it's going to be Wonder Guard, and so on. But if you randomize things like abilities and learn sets, there's even more unpredictability.
Spoiler alert, we won. Since Joe happened to be the one who somehow predicted Groudon,
it seems... okay,
and I find the screen hysterical for the first Pokemon battle in the game. Spoiler alert, we won.
So this little animation seems to be Mudshot, which I believe is a move that Groudon learns by level up. I don't know if it is, but I assume that either he didn't randomize movesets or he randomized movesets to be like the learn set move, like based on the Pokemon's type. Groudon's a ground type, so it probably learns Mudshot. Or it's just a coincidence and he randomized movesets entirely. I don't know what Groudon knows at level 1, but so.
Since Joe happened to be the one who somehow predicted Groudon, I decided to name him Jomdom. Sure.
Good name.
Little baby Groudon, it was time to destroy the hopes and dreams of a rival who, unfortunately, did not have a legendary as a starter. It's kind of funny if you think about it, because it's like, what if our rival was doing the Nuzlocke too? And if they were, they're not doing a good job of it. So later, we were rewarded with Pokeballs. It's now time to catch our first companion in Cyndaquil, and we're out of Pokeballs. Luckily, Pokemon Emerald is a pretty generous Nuzlocke, as we get 3 chances of encounters right off the bat. But the hardest part about having a legendary starter is that his stats are too damn high, and it's impossible to weaken anything without killing it. So
yeah, that is actually a problem, especially in the early game. A lot of the time, in early games and Nuzlocks, you can't really do much, even in non-randomizers, without risking like crit kills and stuff. Sometimes it's better to just throw Pokeballs at full health Pokemon like he's doing right here.
We needed an assistant. We needed the catcher, who immediately lived up to his name as we entered Route 1 or 2 in a catcher.
Oh my god.
We had a few early battles.
The catch. God, these are so good.
Dad, who gives more attention to the green hair kid, who is definitely on Twitter still posting on national decks. Scary encounters, as anything that can explode is considered a scary encounter to me. Upon entering Pellberg Woods, we were...
okay, yeah, that Regice used Explosion. I'm pretty sure the Regis are historically known for having Explosion at early levels. I think that happened to him in a randomized non-Nuzlocke of Pokemon Platinum, where his first Pokemon was like a Registeel with Explosion or something. Or no, it was whatever. Point is, I'm pretty sure the movesets are not randomized. It's good to know.
Greeted with the perfect specimen, War Turtle. And to my surprise, he stayed in the ball. With Captain Kid in the call and ready to give me excellent advice, just like last time.
Instead of, it's time for Mewtwo. Oh yeah, that's why I was gonna say give the quick claw to Mewtwo, is because if you could proc quick claw and then have the. What did I say, Brayden? What did I say?
Well, despite that, I offered to name our Blastoise to be after him.
Wow, nice. We got blessed.
Yeah, okay, Brayden, you want this named after you. Right?
Absolutely, yes.
The first obstacle in this run was a random Aqua Grunt who happened to have a level 9 Swampert. I know Drought is active, but I was terrified of drowning to a single water move.
And he only knows tackle. Yes, yeah. Nice
Okay.
try.
One Force Layer, and we're now.
Yeah, a lot of fully evolved Pokemon don't have very good movesets at level 1. It's really weird. Well, a lot of Pokemon in general don't have good movesets at level 1. Actually, fully evolved Pokemon tend to have, like, okay movesets. Like, for instance, in Generation 6, Lucario actually gets Dragon Pulse at level 1. They're meant to be used as heart scale things and such. I don't know why that keeps going white.
We can just ignore everybody else.
She's like, hello, I'm Roxanne. How the fuck you solved that puzzle?
Roxanne started with an Alpharad, retreated with a Machop, and got desperate for a Growlithe. That gym was a cakewalk. I know I probably got one of the best starters I could have had, but like, Roxanne could have just had Kyogre. I know my luck has been, some might say, historically phenomenal.
Now's your chance time. Well, Jacob just doesn't lose anything round to round.
So just how lucky can this Nuzlocke run be? Alright guys, new encounter. Oh, this one's huge.
Another legendary?
Yo! Yep, my favorite Pokemon of all time, Absol. Monochrome, Crescent Moons, little cat thing. What's not to love? Recently, I actually made a tier list of every Pokemon in existence.
Absol is really cute.
This run is so... We're out of Pokeballs. Which brings us to our second team Aqua Grunt.
Absol's not great, though. I mean, it's...
Why are you holding a wing?
I don't know.
And just to assert dominance over our rival who's already ruined their Nuzlocke attempt, we decided to entertain the optional battle just to see what they had. Oh my god, no way!
I can't believe it.
That's... how? Honestly, I
Like,
don't have much of a Groudon.
I kind of like...
Out loud. I could have just played Emerald normally.
I kind of think
Onward to Dewford, and we were...
Mightyena is a little better than Absol because of Intimidate. Intimidate's a really good ability.
Oh my god! Flygon is top 5
But
on my
Flygon,
list.
I mean, Absol is really cute, and Flygon is too.
Get more Pokeballs.
Yeah, you want to make sure you get Pokeballs. You want to make sure you also watch FXE The Last Monkey Man.
I know what I saw.
Shake off. This is fine. We probably didn't need Flygon anyways. Steven Stone gives us a TM, and we head straight towards Raleigh at the end of a maze that I somehow memorized.
Wow, wow.
Good thing. Also, Flygon's not that good because he evolves really late.
Joe, what's up?
I think it's like after Gym 7 even.
Sadly, this run was far from perfect. We happened to lose the catch, but thank God the catcher will replace him soon enough.
Oh no, not Jigglypuff.
He got Jome-domed as we spammed Ancient Power. We left the gym to go to a funeral in the nearby hospital, which is kind of fucked up if you think about it, but you know how normally Nuzlocke runs, death is supposed to hurt. Well, this is fine. Our next destination was Slateport, but more specifically the Pokemart in Slateport, so we didn't miss out on, I don't know, another Flygon. We went to the museum to stop the Aqua Raid, got the TM for Thief, which will come handy later, and then defeated more Aqua Grunts, who luckily didn't have a legendary this time. New encounter right here, and I have Pokeballs.
This time we will catch it for sure. Crobat.
Yo, Crobat's one of the best Pokemon in the game. It's actually really good for the mid-game. It's really bulky and fast, and it's really good all around.
Came to close as he murdered all his Pokemon or something like that. After making it to Mauville City, another friend joined the call, and another friend wanted a Pokemon named after them, so...
This is the coolest Pokemon you've ever seen. Check it out.
See it. This is Cade in all of his essence.
And there I am. Holy shit. Good.
Here we are at the third gym. Wonder what electric types Watson was. Whoa! Okay,
Hey, it's okay.
That's not Pikachu. Watson been through a Swordfish where... I don't know how, but this little Pokemon managed to land 5 protects in a row. Oh my god.
It's funny because it's poisoned.
He still lost. Fine, I lost. Like,
So it's like not even good for him.
We continued our journey with some choice encounters lined up. I feel something big here, something huge. Oh!
Yo.
So I guess you could say things are going well.
Salamence is okay.
Okay, new encounter,
Altari is better though, because it actually gets Yo, Metagross though. Metagross is technically a post-game Pokemon.
Actually, explain why it's not. In a Nuzlocke, you only get one catch encounter per round. I've essentially wasted this entire encounter on Bellum because this little bastard possesses a near impossible catch rate. For example, it's more likely for you to get accepted into Princeton twice. So what I'm saying is, no luck to be able to catch this Bellum. Yeah, that makes sense. So take a look at this team. This is a randomized Nuzlocke, and they just gave me this team. I really thought this game was going to be a challenge, but I lucked into an impossible team.
No, see, the problem with randomized Nuzlocks, especially this kind of Nuzlocke, right, where only the encounters and other trainer Pokemon are randomized, is, for one, trainer Pokemon have level up movesets all the time, usually, which means the level up sets are not as good as the pre-given ones, in most cases. So your opponent's Pokemon are generally kind of weaker. And your Pokemon, by definition, you can run into crazy stuff. Like, a lot of routes have just bad encounters. Like, Route 113 or whatever, the route where you caught, not Crobat, Swalot, usually can have, like, Illumise and, like, Dustox and stuff. And it's like, okay, wow, that's not great. But every route has a chance to have Groudon or Metagross or whatever. So you're pretty much guaranteed to get at least one or two of these really strong Pokemon that, in some cases, can just solo the entire game. Like, how likely is it that he's going to lose Groudon, right? And if you get one or even two of them, you can kind of break the game. And if you can get like 3 or 4, like he seems to be getting right now, it's over.
In all honesty, how could I possibly lose with what life has handed me? Sometimes God has favorites. What can I say? Groudon was even offered to learn bulk up, but like, do we really need it when the whole world gets domed by a single earthquake? I think we'll be fine. He doesn't need a
Bulk up is a really good move, by the way.
Volcano, I guess. Archie is talking about his
I would have taught it.
unaware that he is moments away from having his entire team swept by, you guessed it, Groudon. With another Pokemon gym right around the corner, I thought I would stop by, peep in, murder every living creature in the vicinity, say hello, and collect my 4th gym badge.
Caterpie,
Which
though.
was clearly a great challenge. Hopefully the 5th gym will prove to be a little more difficult, and nope, nope. At this point, I genuinely do not know how we can lose. This team might as well have been crafted by the gods themselves, and it's the exact team I would have made when I was 8 years old. Even what we had sitting in the box wasn't bad. This run has been so incredibly mindless, yet so incredibly fruitful, just like my entire channel.
9.4 billion subscribers. I think it's a little high, huh? His actual number is like that much. Subscribe to Alpharad, by the way.
Probably just spend the rest of their life sitting inside a PC. With the Shelgon in hand, our only goal was the top. Coming from the home swamp, we were here to take back the weather company. And after defeating the Aqua admin, the weather team normally reward you with a cast form. But this is a randomizer. They gave us the Charizard to be. Sure. And if you want to see what a successful Nuzlocke looks like, allow me to...
Charmeleon sounds like cast form.
I mean, yeah, he has other Pokemon, but I have Groudon. Nearby, fortunately, we caught a Magneton before revealing Kecleon as... who cares? But then we reveal another nearby Kecleon as Groudon, which is a fair backup if Captain Kidd ever happens to burn and perish. It was just a matter of what do we name him.
Hey, Cap. Hey, Cap. All crabs are bastards.
Then we added Winona, which, if you've watched the rest of this video so far, you know how this ends. It ends with Groudon. Every battle in this video will end with Groudon, and that is a promise. It is literally impossible at this point for it to go any other way. But upon entering Lily Cove, I made an incorrect decision to challenge our rival in an entirely optional battle. Why was this a mistake, you ask? Because he had a Weezing who likes to explode all over our little Crobat.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
The self-destructing Weezing is back!
It was a possibility.
Just one. Only one thing.
By the way, if you watch Alpharad's, Alpharad actually has the full stream of his Elite Four battles, on his replay channel. You should watch that. There's a neat little plot twist that wasn't explained in the original Alpharad Nuzlocke video.
Well, I mean, does it hurt? Yeah. Are we gonna move on? Yeah. Our team is so stacked that you would have to Dome the entire squad before losing would even start to feel like a possibility. Our next destination was Moss Deep for the 7th gym, and before that, you have to foil both Team Aqua and Team Magma's plans. It's not hard, it's just time consuming. The only difficult puzzle is the one that haunted my dreams when I was in 3rd grade, but despite that, it really came down to the battles with Maxie and Archie. In regards to Maxie, I find it hilarious how fixated he is on Groudon, yet still unaware of which Pokemon of mine is going to sweep his team, starting with...
Ooh.
A Mewtwo.
It's Onyx.
Sure, whatever. But it's not like he has another legendary.
Oh my god. What? How? Yeah, why does this guy think he needs Groudon? Oh my god. He got Groudon.
Well, I was right when I
Oh my
said
God.
the Groudon victory, but thank God it was ours.
No magic still. Well, that was an interesting battle, huh?
Anyways,
Yeah,
that's what
Transform is a
and-
pretty-
yeah, that's Zapdos, and,
pretty spicy move.
I'm so forgetful. Anyways, let me know in the comments what this Pokemon's name was. Silly me. Then the most tilting part of this entire run was the lack of foresight on my part since I randomized all the items on the ground. So when I should have picked up a Master Ball.
God, no, it's not a Master Ball. It's a heart scale.
Then as we continued our next random encounter was Lugia. We didn't catch it, but now imagine if I had a Master Ball. And then we finally made some Mossy. I went to fish within the city since it's technically a new encounter, but I noticed something strange. This
Randomizing
had leftovers.
items is
Every
fun.
Snorlax in the area had leftovers. So hypothetically,
Oh,
speaking,
no.
if Crow would be pulled out of the box and agree to use the TM for Thief, we could just farm leftovers and give one to every single Pokemon.
Oh no. This is why I use item clause. I mean, not just for leftovers, but for everything. Leftovers is really good.
Because we need it. We're not strong enough already. So yeah, I took this incredibly broken team and made them even more broken, and then brought them all into the next gym that was full of double battles.
No, oops. Captain Kidd, don't die. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow.
Okay, but what if? You know, I thought it was gonna happen. Okay. So new strategy. All you have to do is spam Groudon's Earthquake to Dome the entire island, while you have Charizard, a flying type, who ignores all consequences of Doming. After acquiring another bad rated team...
Literally Tate and Liza's strategy. Tate and Liza lead with a Claydol that knows Earthquake, and their other 3 Pokemon all have either Levitate or the flying type. Congratulations, you figured it out.
Steven Stone to stop Team Magma yet again. And not even the former champion was immune from being Dome. Also, I forgot about the entire underwater cavern thing this entire game, but I kind of mentioned earlier with the Dimension Boulder puzzle thing. Nothing interesting really happened here except for the fall of Team Aqua and, oh, actually, perhaps the slacking one shot at my Charizard because I was using the weakest move I had for some reason. It doesn't matter.
Imagine getting one shot by a slacking, though. In the Aqua Cavern.
Whoa. Ow. This thing has now become absolutely terrifying.
This was stupid, and I feel bad. Charizard literally had a move that allowed him to attack every other turn, which is perfect for fighting slacking. But again, our team is incredibly stupid strong. And as we mourn Charizard, the game played the cutscene that made every 7-year-old in the world pop off before telling us to recruit Rayquaza. I actually never learned how to pronounce it.
Jesus Christ.
Can you stop? After another thrilling motion picture, Archie and Maxie both apologized for fucking
I love that cutscene, though.
Yeah, there's like, man, maybe that wasn't great. You know what? Honestly, the biggest
Nah.
of 80 team Pokemon, they're just like, huh, maybe we
My
did that.
arm fell off the table.
Like our final gym badge. I did it. Juan threw multiple tricky puzzles our way, but I was in control. I might have had some careless losses here and there, but they ultimately don't matter because our team as a unit is invincible. Every battle ends with Groudon, and this one will be no different.
He has a
Oh no! Double Groudon time. And he is bulk up.
Didn't I? We're faster, and I'm gonna crit right here. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Down to a Jome Dome. Oh my
This
God.
is why setup moves are not overrated.
Oh, be him, dude. We should have known that's how it goes.
We die here. We die here.
Oh, no. Well, that's the run.
This run was nothing more than a simulation. It gave me everything I could ever ask for, and I carelessly took it all for granted. Groudon is the key to any team, but Juan showed me that a Groudon spamming Earthquake is only as strong as the trainer who was telling Groudon to spam Earthquake. Like Icarus, I flew too close to the sun, and only ended up with memories of a simpler time. Our team was invincible, but I am only mortal, as an army is only as strong as their general, and I regrettably let them all down. At least, I never told a lie. Earlier I said that every battle will end with Groudon spamming Earthquake, and I was unfortunately correct, as I met the most poetic end imaginable. If I happen to learn anything from this run, it's that every move in the game will always feel stronger when it's your opponent who's doing it.
Alright, so setup moves are really good. Don't abandon them just because they don't do immediate damage. Wait, yeah. Instant gratification is not as good as delayed victory or whatever. I just realized that I was streaming this instead of recording it. Well then.